Hello once again, my fellow Star Trek fans. It is my pleasure to introduce you and welcome you to another video. This is going to be on my favorite subject, Star Trek, the original series. And what I'd like to introduce to you today are 3 iconic model kits. Now, if you guys are like me around my age, we're going to go back to our childhoods and we're going to relive some of our Star Trek memories, at least mine anyway, when it comes to Star Trek, the original series. And these kits are by AMT, and AMT did so much pioneering in the model kit industry. They actually had the first issue of the Enterprise came out with lights. They were on top, and they were on the bottom in the sensor dome area. And then the second release, for a short time, had the Bussard Collector lights, and that's the one I'm going to show you guys today. And even Star Trek The Next Generation, where they had the USS Enterprise, the lighted kit, the Enterprise D, the NCC 1701D from Star Trek The Next Generation. So, they've actually had the fiber optic kits from the Enterprise incident. They've got the fiber optic Enterprise, they've got the fiber optic Deep Space Nine. So AMT did a lot of pioneering in models. But what I want to show you guys today is I want to show you 3 of some of the most iconic. There are other kits that come from AMT during this time period. There's the Mr. Spock, the Romulan Bird of Prey, and the Enterprise Bridge. And there are some that I'm not mentioning only because I don't have those yet. But these are the ones that I have, and I want to show you. We'll start with the, let's see, this is 1974 release. This is the Galileo 7, and this is the shuttlecraft model from AMT. And like so many, it's got Star Trek on the side of the box going up just beneath the AMT logo. And this is from the USS Enterprise. You can see her in the background. In the Galileo 7. Now, you guys remember, the Galileo 7 was actually the name of the episode. And this is actually Mr. Spock's first command. And the episode title was the Galileo 7, where the Galileo is going, let's see if memory serves. They got taken off course, and they ended up landing on an uncharted planet. And they ended up having these creatures that were very aggressive. And in an attempt to get the attention of the Enterprise that was warping out of the solar system, Mr. Spock elects to use the rest of the fuel. It's kind of like a flare, and it ends up burning everything up. But the Enterprise does see it, and they come back, and they're able to rescue the crew of the Galileo, the people that were on it. And that's why, if you guys are wondering why there's a Galileo 2, in different model kits, that's why. So this was released by AMT, and this is the first issue of the shuttlecraft. Now I'm going to be doing a special video devoted just to this model, its history and little tidbits and little goodies when it comes to this model kit, as well as the shooting model that they use in the actual series. But for this video, I want to show you just some of the most iconic model kits released. This is the one that started them all. If you guys have the model kit of the Galileo, and it's the Galileo 2, it's the same molding as this. The decal sheet is obviously different because it's got the Galileo 2, but it came from these molds. So looking at the box, they have changed the picture over the years too. You can see the shuttlecraft is landing on like a surface of a planet or a moon. And I think the more modern one, I'm saying using this mold, the more modern one has the shuttlecraft in space orbiting a planet, I think. But we'll get to that in another video. You can see the side of the box. Let me make sure the camera focuses. On the TV Star Trek series, Galileo 7 is carried in USS Enterprise hangar deck as shown in the diagram above. USS Enterprise not included. Enlarged view of the USS Enterprise hangar deck. Galileo shuttlecraft is 22 feet long, or 6.6 meters. And you can see how she would sit. Removable upper fuselage shows cabin detail. Assembled model measures 7 1/4 inches long. Now, Polar Lights has reissued the shuttlecraft model, and it's a total new retooling where they actually have the shuttlecraft where it's, I believe it's, somewhere the area of 12 inches or 13 inches long. It's a really good sized shuttlecraft. It's really large. It's much larger than this one. But again, that's another video. So on the side of the box, you can see the top comes off, and you can see the interior. And I really like that. The re-release from Polar Lights, the inside is just empty. There's no seats or any panels or anything like that. But I like the idea of being able to see inside the shuttlecraft. And looking at the side of the box, this is AMT model S959. You can see right there. Galileo 7 shuttlecraft. And again, that's not the name of the shuttlecraft itself. It's from the Enterprise, the Star Trek, the original series episode, the Galileo 7. Incidentally, the episode spells out the word 7, and the numerical value is not used in the title. Looking at the other side of the box, it shows you some of the famous, iconic model kits. And this should take us back to our childhood. The USS Enterprise Exploration Set. Remember, we had the phaser, the communicator, and the tricorder, and I absolutely loved it. And of course, I destroyed it and melted it with glue, and it just came out terrible. Then we've got the USS Enterprise, the iconic, and this release, what we're looking at right now, was the long box, and I'll be showing you that in a second. Then we have the Mr. Spock. That's a pretty cool kit. I don't have that one. And finally, we got the Klingon Battle Cruiser. And the first issue of this kit came out with lights as well. And we'll be taking a look at that. You can see the special Star Trek jacket offer. See inside for further details. Fabric 100% nylon. Made and litho in USA. AMT Corporation, 1225 East Maple, Troy, Michigan, 48084. I don't think that offer is still valid. I'm so happy that round 2 models purchased the AMT and are able to bring back a lot of the molds from our childhood. The other side of the box, you can see special features S959. And I think that brings us back to the other side that I had shown you guys already. Both ends of the box are the same. So again, this is AMT, the Galileo 7, and this is from the episode, the Galileo 7 from Star Trek, the original series. Again, Mr. Spock's first command. I think it was he, Dr. McCoy, Mr. Scott, were the officers that went down on a planet in the shuttlecraft. The next model I want to show you guys, I'll put that aside for a moment. We're going to take a look at the Klingon D7 Battle Cruiser. Again, this is another fun kit from our childhood. And I don't recall making this one, not with the lights anyway. I might have made it like the re-release, and I butchered that one as well, but I wasn't lucky enough to get this one when I was a kid. And this one, unfortunately, looks like it was a little bit of moisture inside. Well, that could be mold or just discoloration from moisture getting inside the box. But you can see the front of the box has the Klingon D7 Battle Cruiser. And it's got the, what looks like Saturn. But actually, this looks like it's got it's got 3 rings around this planet, where I believe Saturn only has 1 ring. You can see the space background, and it is firing. Of course, in later videos, later releases of this model, the planet is gone, and you have the Enterprise in the background. So looking at the sides of this box, again, you can see where some of the water might have damaged the inside of this box. Klingon Alien Battle Cruiser Spaceship Model Kit. Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry. You can see the battleship, the battle cruiser from the Klingon Empire, AMT Corporation. It's pretty cool. You can see the scale, USS Enterprise Space Cruiser. Let's see if you guys can actually get a good view of the scale. And they're just about the same size, but the Enterprise is perhaps longer. Yeah, she's probably longer by a bit. And as you see, as seen on NBC TV, the free offer. Look inside for details. Now, in the releases since this one, they don't have the electronics anymore. The kit will stop coming with the lights. And one way you can tell if it's got lights in it is if you look to the side of the box and you see this box with as seen in NBC TV printed inside of this black box, you know that you got the one with lights. A lot of these later releases, the boxing is the same. Well, the picture doesn't have the planet, but that box is just black. There is no scene on NBC on it. So let's look at the side of the box, or the end. And this is AMT S952250. Star Trek Klingon Battle Cruiser Spaceship Model Kit. And let's see, is that 1968 release? You can see a picture that's on the front of the box. And this is the other side of the box, AMT Klingon from the Klingon Warrior Empire. Alien Battle Cruiser Spaceship Model Kit. You can see the diagram. Battle Cruiser from the Klingon Empire. Star Trek. And I'm not sure what that says on the bottom. Is that Battle Cruiser? You can see the top, the side, and the front view. Again, these features, on the later releases, this box is just black. Or the other side might have like a jacket or something you can mail away for, or saying that there's extra decals. But this one, the later feature is just black. Unique Demon of the Deep Space Design. Colorful Klingon decals, display option, space base, or sky hook mount. Forward control and cruise quarters fully illuminated by operating lights. Again, when this was first released, it had the lighting kit. And you can see the other side of the box. Looks like there was moisture in there at one time, and it wasn't able to dry because of it's still wrapped in plastic. But you can see the front of the box. Alien Battle Cruiser is seen on Star Trek from the Klingon Warrior Empire. So it's pretty cool. Nice part of AMT history. And we're going to take a look at my favorite now. The one that really started it all. We've got what I consider to be the Super Bowl of this model kit. Now, they had an earlier release of this, and the box was actually taller and narrower. It stood higher. This is the long box because of the issue. It's long. And this one actually has the release of the lights, just like the original release for the bridge and the bottom sensor dome. But this one also has the light up Bussard Collectors. So for me, this is the one to have. From AMT, Star Trek, USS Enterprise Spaceship Model Kit. And you can see there's a photograph that's from my childhood. This is pretty much iconic, and I love this photo. This is actually a finished model. It's orbiting what looks like to be Earth. And you have the moon in the background. This one actually has the sensor dome on the bottom, the bridge area, and the 2 Bussard collectors light up. Looking at the side of the box, and again, you can tell if you have this model or not. You got Mr. Spock, and he's holding the phaser rifle, and you have Captain Kirk, and just to the right of Captain Kirk is that black box. And you know if you have the one with lights, if you see as seen on NBC in it. The other one is just black. There's no writing in it at all, and that's the re-release. And the extras that come with that is the extra decals to make the different ships. So this one is as seen on NBC TV. We got Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock on the side of the box. And looking at the end of the box, this is kit S951. You can see it's got that same beautiful picture that's on the front of the box. USS Enterprise spaceship model kit. Looking at the other side of the box, we have Star Trek USS Enterprise spaceship model kit, and we have the same thing that we had in the Klingon box. You can see kind of a top view of the Enterprise and of the Klingon Battle Cruiser, and you've got the scale at the bottom. Cement not included with kit. And again, in the feature section, you got upper, lower dome and power units that light up, equipped with irradiating lights, colorful Star Trek decals, twin power units, and the total length of the spaceship is 18 inches. And that's on the base, the more triangular type base. And both ends of the box are the same. Again, S951. And this one really started it all. This model kit was actually the pioneer to this model kit, when you think about it. Can you guys imagine having this as a kid? The 1350 with the lighting kit, and that'd just be just amazing. I mean, it'd be like, I don't know, the highlight of our childhood if we could have something like that. But the technology back then was pretty good. Like I said, there were lights in the saucer section and the lights on the Bussard collectors. So this was, in its day, this is really, really high tech. And not only this one, we had this one as well that had the lights. And as far as the other one that I showed you guys today, the Galileo, this one does not come with lights. I don't even think there's clear parts to open the windows in the front. I'm not sure. I don't think there are, but there could be, but I don't think there are. I think that's a solid piece. And if you want to look at the inside, you can take off the top half. But my friends, I just kind of wanted to share some iconic model kits with you guys, just to kind of take you down memory lane and relive part of your childhood. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and until I see you in the next video, live long and prosper.